So I bought this. As you can see, there was a house right there. Over there, the grass has grown back. I bought this mainly for access, to be able to get back to the very back part of my property. And as you see, I've cleaned a lot of that stuff out. This was full of semi-truckloads of concrete. Still has some in there. What an annoying thing that was. But as you can see, my property line goes all the way over to where he's cut and on down. There used to be an old pond right there at that low point. But bought this mainly to get back to my property, as you saw as you see in the drone video. But it's a big grass cutting project, that's for sure. But it separates the lands out a little bit. There's my garden coming along nicely. Got my raised beds, got my compost pile right there. I just put a little more grass in, keeping my banana peels and my strawberries and all my compost stuff to throw in there. Over there, I actually tried to burn some. I'll get a better view of it. See, I don't know if you can tell, but I've tried to burn some of that and learned a little lesson there. Trees that have only been there and had fallen for probably less than a year and a half don't burn very well, because they're actually green inside, and so you got to let them sit for a while. So I'm actually have cut some of that up to make for firewood. There's actually some good wood in there, a lot of oaks. This one fell during the storm, got to deal with it. But this is just a 16 acres with the road frontage that I had shown earlier total, and got a pond fully stocked. I've stocked in the last few years, put some brim and some few different species of fish, and they're doing really well. I've caught fish out of there and got some big bass in there, so fun to pull those in. But look at the size of this big cedar tree that went over in the storm, tore up my fence. That's a mess I got to clean up. I put this roadbed in last year, and actually all this right here was just rough land. As you see, these trees came off there, and I smoothed all that out right up there, and then I had them come in, had the co-op come in and put fertilizer and seed in here, and it's grown really well, but it's actually grown too well because it's grown across my my road. So I'm gonna try and clean all this up and kind of Roundup, I guess, or something to kill this grass on my road, because I just don't drive back here at all, so it's not getting any tamping down. But as you see, these are cedars and oaks. I've actually got a buddy of mine, I'm going to see if he wants to haul the big trees off, and then I'll burn the brush piles, the small stuff. Humongous roots. You can tell how old they are. So my roadbed continues, and I just over the winter came across the creek here and put a pipe in there, because eventually it'd be great to put either some houses, small houses back here as an investment, or one house back there for a future home site for my family, because this is a great place. It's actually about 3 miles as the crow flies from where I live. So I gotta clean out this creek. There goes a deer. That's beautiful. A lot of wildlife back here. Turkeys, deer, it's wonderful. People want to hunt it, but I tell them no. So anyway, this creek, I got to clean that out. There's years ago somebody must have just kind of thrown all their trash in here. I've cleaned up so much trash over the years, and you can kind of see it. And I got to clean off that thing because it's kind of damming up right there. But there's trash in there. But it's hydrangeas and different things around the property, keep it really nice. They're retired, so they have a little time, and so just really take care of the property for me and look out, and I appreciate that, I really do. So as you can see, got a lot of work to do. I have a guy bush hog this, just because I don't have a bush hog. I have a tractor, but I don't have a bush hog. So something I'll invest in probably in the near future. Truth be told, I hadn't been overly comfortable because it's very hilly. There's lots of little gullies in this, and I'm not the greatest on a tractor anyway. So I usually just pay somebody twice a year to come bush hog it. I've tried to get it to where I've cut hay, but it doesn't seem like anybody really wants it to cut hay. And I don't know if it's because it's too hilly or what the story is. But maybe it's just not, there isn't a huge demand for it, so it's not a huge need right now. Maybe if we had a drought or something like that, somebody would want to cut hay. But at this point, not yet. So my thought is for future plans, I've had cows out here before and that worked out well, but I'm actually glad I don't have cows right now because my fence got destroyed, and no telling where they'd be now if I had cows. So future plans is I'd like to maybe bring this fence out, kind of level off that ground a little bit, bring the fence out, have another fenced in area for goats perhaps, but that's still just kind of on the drawing board. So my drone video will show you the whole property, but this is pretty much the lay of the land. I got a garden video I'll show you if you want to link to it. It's up here. I built these raised beds, and my thought was to kind of surround my garden with flowers as pollinators, and I've done that. Actually, these are tomato plants, but these are amaranth and zinnias, but I need a lot more pollinators. I went ahead and put 5 different blueberries bushes, well actually 3 different species of blueberry bushes, but 5 plants along here, and then 5 plants along back here. And I'm growing honeysuckle over my dome here, and I just got a cattle panel from Tractor Supply, and I'm training them to grow over it. It's going to be beautiful one day, maybe a little while. I got dahlias right here. I actually started to grow Brussels sprouts in here, and they were doing really well, but I think
the dirt kind of packed in there a little bit, and they're just not doing as well. I guess because maybe the breeze isn't coming through there. Here's my other blueberry bushes. Got watermelon in there, tomatoes, peppers, and this is my compost pile. I just take my grass clippings, throw it in here, take all my compost from home, throw it in here, and I was told that you need some brown to go with the composting to make it break it down. And so I've added some mulch just to kind of see what happens there. So that's it. I built a greenhouse a couple years ago, and I started all my tomato plants and my peppers in the greenhouse. So those are actually grown from seed. Currently